YouTube.
Why am I
Not yet.
Not yet.
I don't know na. Facebook's not connected yet.
Oh,
I can check though. Maybe it's just a delayed confirmation.
nope. I don't see it. You need to restart.
Let's see first.
Still warming up. Still trying to connect. If any of you are there, let us know because we can't see your connection yet. So it's live on YouTube, but I don't see it on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't see the Facebook connection.
So
either.
should we just post on Facebook? Please proceed to this link.
I don't
So you
know.
don't have to retype everything again.
Yeah, but it's supposed to connect. So that's just the scary part. Like, why is it not connecting? So I'm gonna have
Hey,
to
Jay.
diagnose the
Hey,
stream.
David. So it has connected to Facebook, and we're kind of weirded out.
Yeah, normally Facebook connects first. So, oh well.
Yeah, I still don't see it on Facebook.
Yeah, I guess we'll just roll with it then and share the YouTube link. How strange.
Hopefully, it's something that'll be fixed tomorrow.
Yeah. Gonna leave another chat with my restream peeps. I'll leave a message. Something isn't working.
Okay. Posted. Yeah, still nothing. Still just the matcha cloud. Pretty yummy. Whew. You can hear all the clacks.
Sorry.
That's both of us.
I'm annoyed. But I don't want to risk a restart.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no guarantee it's gonna work. So, yeah. Let me just get this link too. Disappointing.
Yeah. So strange.
First, now I have a support window overlaying everything.
Yeah, your repost already appeared, and there's still no sign of it.
Yeah,
Share.
so we'll just roll with it.
Hey, RJ.
I forgot to tag you.
It's okay.
No, it helps me. It's not about you. Oh boy. So weird. So I don't know why we're not connected to Facebook today. YouTube is the superior stream.
Well, YouTube's been doing it forever, so to speak.
Hey, Noel. Thank you for chiming in.
Yeah, Noel is currently a Filipino necromancer.
Mabuhay. It's not even your joke.
Mm-hmm. You didn't get it. It's a bot. Hey, Ed. Guten Tag. I love the shirt.
Uh, yeah, let's not talk to. Let's not talk to. Oh, but Ed, it's the evening. Then it could be Guten Abend.
Mm, that's true.
Guten Nacht if it is more like goodbye. Guten Tag actually is funny because it's good day. It's
Mhm.
not quite precisely good afternoon. So
Mhm.
you can actually use it like in the
Morning or
morning and afternoon. Yes. Okay. We shall just.
You start.
I guess you might as well start for the Facebook people who have now found their way to YouTube.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
This is Toby.
And this is Rocky.
And if it's your first time here, welcome to Baduy, a little space on the internet where we talk about anything we want.
This is completely unscripted and not entirely accurate, but at least it's honest. Join us, we talk about everything and anything random live with dramatic pauses, apparently. I was just following Toby.
If it's not your first time here, thank you so much for joining us again. 99 episodes so far, and Rocky still finds more reasons to catch me off guard. So our episode today
This is our
about
tribute. This is our tribute to every time I bother Toby and and it's not even hard because I just have to just notice what he does. That's our life.
Mhm.
Yeah, but today was actually a suggested topic by Mitch, who may not see this because she normally joins the Facebook stream,
Mhm.
which is holiday planning. Well, actually, it was holiday planning during COVID-19. I just made it more generic. Also, because if I put COVID-19, I think in the title, I think you're gonna get that info bar at the bottom for official information about COVID.
Mhm.
And we're not gonna be one of those videos. We're not providing special information about the virus. So we're just gonna talk about the holidays.
Mhm.
And the way we mapped it out, we've been juggling this topic in the queue for a while, but we figured there are two main categories you have to think about. One is gift giving,
Mhm.
which you can do remotely or not, and the other is traveling or going home for Christmas.
Yes.
Bum, bum, bum.
Because one is all about social distancing. So using whatever means to still maintain the Christmas spirit despite not physically being present.
Mhm.
And the other is about doing it responsibly.
You should always do it responsibly.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have no structure for this. How do you want to do this?
Oh, I thought you prep caption.
No, I didn't. I just said I had an idea of a general flow.
Oh, okay.
We had not discussed tips, so we'll just have to we're just gonna freeball it. So I think the first thing is really coming up with your list of people that you want to actually give gifts to.
ARM.
And it's totally valid, I think, for this year that you may not give to as many people as normal.
Mhm.
We've actually had a few friends and even family who have suggested that what's this? Who have sorry, this is like a restream chat that's popped up in the middle of everything.
So everything from giving only immediate family to not giving gifts anymore to other people, but instead just inviting everyone to give to other drives and
Oh, that's true.
funds and the like.
You can do charity stuff.
So specifically though, you were thinking of what in terms of we're talking about distance, right? For now, distance celebrations.
Well, I mean, because once you figured out your list, it's really then the question of so none of your gifts are going to be surprises because you're going to have to coordinate shipping, which means the very first thing you're going to need is everybody's addresses,
and someone has to be present to receive the gift.
Yes. So and it's kind of weird in this day and age that you know, just if you think about your email accounts where everybody has an address book,
Mm-hmm.
but that has shifted more into a contacts list
Yeah.
rather than an address book because who keeps addresses? And that's the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a you are going to have to make the time to like really ask people like, hey, I want to get. Is it okay if I get you something for
Mm-hmm.
Christmas? What's your mailing address?
And even if you already know, surprises can be tricky because you might have someone deliver a gift as a surprise, and the other person going, "No, I didn't order anything," and chooses not to pick it up.
Yeah, because for everybody's pandemic precautions, they might
Mhm.
not want to answer the door unless they know what's coming.
So, I guess forego or reconsider any ideas of doing gifts as a surprise, and map it out. When you do send stuff, keep in mind that the need to receive it can become a problem for some people who might have other plans. For some, it might be they just want to minimize going down to the front desk or to the gate or to whatever counts as receiving the package. Only because, we're all trying to minimize any exposure, we're all trying to play it safe.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also the consideration that other people won't have an easy time receiving the gift. Whether it's people who, let's say, live alone, so they can't necessarily just go out in and out every time they want, or worse, they are, let's say, single parents who can't leave the kid in the unit just to go down and receive your package.
Yeah.
So consider these elements, consider these facts, and oh, I was surprised at Edward's comment, but yeah, you can add that.
Yeah.
But always consider the recipient. Don't think that just because you're giving the gift, everyone's expected to be available and receive it.
Hello, Carlo.
Gift giving is a two-way street, just like any relationship. So if the person's not willing to catch it, stop throwing it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's happening? That was surprisingly heavy. Ed shares he keeps addresses of people once he's visited them, which is better than most. Ed, I still have a lot of people who I'm repeatedly giving our address to.
That's true.
There was a point for our gaming that we had a sketched map of the siege.
Mhm.
This is in Cubao. We had a sketch map prepared, recommendations for parking,
And phone numbers for emergency calls if need be.
yeah, if you get lost and stuff. And then it was like a standard, like, here's the link to the map. It's like, that's
Yeah.
all you need.
We didn't do that for here.
Yeah.
We almost did.
It evolved to, I used to give the Waze link
Mhm.
to the condo.
And I remember I did do a sketch that showed the 3 acceptably near parking areas.
Yes.
But we sort of stopped using that because we noticed many of the people we visit commuted rather than had a car.
No, the people who visited us.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's that. And then even if you already know the addresses, then maybe there's actually maybe a step before that is think about digital gifts versus
Yes.
physical gifts.
Digital gifts are quite
Safe.
yeah, safe, convenient, and I guess the best thing about digital gifts is they don't take up space.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true. We say, as you know, in the house that is surrounded by shit. So
But even in terms of like for some people who, given the lockdown, maybe have started having spending sprees as their ways of coping. So they've been buying all this and that junk. So the last thing they need is you choosing something for them that they now have to keep.
I suppose. Although the competitive gift giver that I am, will draw the line at cash.
Mm-hmm.
Cash as a gift is corny, man. You didn't think.
Not even gift certificates.
Gift certificates might still be like feasible
at least it
in
shows
this.
the
At
place.
least you like put some thought into it.
Hi,
But-
MSN TV.
Hmm.
Anyway, keep going.
Are you human? Please collect this box if you're not a robot. Okay. But yeah, it's really the question of so gift cards, I'm not as I can
Mhm.
give a hall pass for gift cards during this social
Mhm.
distancing period. Normally I am not a big fan, but then now it's like it's okay. I guess it's not Terrible.
If you want very versatile gift vouchers, Lazada has gift vouchers. At least they can choose where they'll spend it.
But it's hard to do. Okay, for a Lazada gift voucher, my tip is the only way I found it, there is a site called gifted.ph.
Mhm.
Gifted.ph. It is shopback compliant. It allows you to buy preset denominations of Lazada vouchers.
Mhm.
I think the lowest is 250, 500, and 1,000.
I am human. You know me. I'm alpaca. Okay, we
Oh
know
my
who you
God,
are.
Mish. What is this? What is
Secret
this?
identity.
Is this one of your K drama
Seems
accounts?
like it.
You know?
Next Sun TV.
Okay.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so gifted.ph does offer Lazada vouchers. They do charge an annoying service fee. So that's a bit of a pain, but then
But is that because you're buying certificates in bulk?
no, it's a fee per certificate.
Okay.
And then if you want to buy in bulk, you need to contact them directly.
Mhm.
So the typical system is it lets you buy them one at a time. It will let you customize like an old e-greeting card, like choose your template, choose your greeting.
So it can have a message when you send it.
Yes. And then the only other caveat is that remind your recipient that one, which email address you're sending it to, and then two, to follow the instructions for claiming the voucher.
Mhm.
So the email is not the voucher. They need to they have to send something to gifted.ph to get the actual voucher. It used to be less complicated last year. This year it's gotten a little complicated. I've done this for work. Okay. But at least they're shop back.
Mhm.
And then then it's valid for Lazada. So it's a versatile voucher option
Mhm.
that can work. Or when in doubt, it's like try to buy each other's Steam games
Mhm.
or
If they have Comixology accounts, then you can get them books. Same with wish lists from Amazon. and the
Amazon
like.
gift cards.
Yes.
Wish listing on Amazon is admittedly more difficult than it used to be. I say this as someone who spams his wish list to
Mhm.
friends. They need your email address to complete the gifting process for
Mhm.
some reason. And again, not everybody knows everybody's email addresses because we rely on Facebook Messenger
Yes.
and other social media platforms.
And then be wary of getting gung ho with buying international friends gifts. I've had encounters in the past wherein a friend in the States wanted to give me a gift certificate for Starbucks, non-transferable.
Or like, especially Amazon, we are in different regions
Yes.
based on book license holders.
Yes.
So some countries cannot gift other countries.
Mhm. And
It's a pain.
and worse, you might, let's say, give someone something and now they suddenly have to go to the post office. Again, exposure. You don't want to do that unless it's really, really, really something they were like, yeah, send it to me. I don't mind. But
Okay.
consider those factors.
Yeah, so outside the digital gifts, okay, then you're really
Noel
determined
says, how about a registry at Rustan's?
for what? Okay, so but yeah, outside that,
Hi,
then you have
Jed.
to think about physical gifts. Then you always have two routes, which is one, are you gonna buy something and ship it to the friend
Mhm.
directly?
Mhm.
Or two, are you going to collate all your gifts and then send them out again?
Mhm.
It depends, I guess, if you are the type who likes to wrap gifts.
Or personalize each message.
Yeah, and not like have a form letter
Yeah.
thing on the receipt. And I haven't really tried Lazada gifting personally.
Mhm.
I don't know what it looks like because I know Amazon gifting, they have like a default gift wrap, which is really just a box style, but at least it feels like a gift. This one I'm not so sure. But or and there so yeah, there is no right answer for which method is better. It depends on your level of comfort
Yeah.
and how many delivery people you are willing to hire.
Mhm.
Because if you are centralized depot and you're gonna ship them out one at a time, that's a lot of Grab, Lala Move, whatever
Coordination that you'll
riders.
have to map out.
Yes.
If you want to narrow down or minimize that, you can always then, what's the word? Support local businesses of people you know, or even if they don't know them personally, but you know their local businesses, order from them and then have it delivered straight to the receiving party. Again, the party must know.
Nobody had that problem of, I have a lovely gift for a friend. he did not answer the gate.
So I had to receive it and send it again. There is always the option of when you do buy from the person, you can ask them to send it to the recipient, and then just ask them to give you the costing for the delivery, so you can pay them with the delivery cost included. So that's a doable thing.
Oh, wow, Ed is collated, but he has a 7 kilogram box, and it's a logistical headache. Yes, 7 kilograms is a lot. I
That's a
think
lot.
I think you might be better off finding a out of work rider to support to deliver it for you.
Or try asking Noel if there's a personalized delivery service by Transportify.
Oh, he has now mentioned that
Ah!
Transportify has a full day where you can book the vehicle for 10 hours, unlimited drops.
Ah!
That could be fun. That feels very Santa Claus.
So Ed, you could double up by having, let's say, two other friends send you everything they're sending out, and then the three of you, group pay that full day thing.
And then you make a day out of it. Woohoo.
Rather than send it through cargo, I'll check it. I'll check it in. Okay, that's true.
7 kilograms for check-in.
He's flying them home.
Yeah, but still, wait a minute. That is practically your check. Sorry, check. Right. Not your
Hand carry.
not your hand carry. Not your hand. Your check it in. Yes, you must check it in. Okay.
What else? Be wary of sending food unless you are absolutely certain. One, you trust the source. Two, you know that it will arrive. And three, the people really want it. You don't want
Arrive in a state that is edible and safe for
Yeah,
consumption.
I had a delivery that supposedly was minimum 3 hours or within the 3 hour window, and it became 7.
Oh, he tried that. He stumbled into that weird like, hey, Grab has a promo for this like the Uber share of.
And I pressed
of
it without
Grab.
thinking.
Yeah.
That was a big regret.
Yeah. And it was food, so fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Um.
What else? There's always crafts. A lot of people have been creating nice craft stuff. And the nice thing about opting for crafts is you might be able to ask for a small or tiny personalization. Like, maybe it's woven gloves, and then maybe you can ask them to slip in a note that has a message from you. Or maybe it is a painting, then you can have them add an extra note or something. And that's always an option to consider.
But on the whole, it's really just be careful and think about like you need to settle your gifts
Mhm.
early, because when you factor in shipping, first the items possibly being shipped to you and then shipping them out to family, you need to prepare. You need to plan it out.
Mhm.
Do not be that person trying to ship all his gifts on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, because obviously minimal staff, and then a lot of people are shipping at the same time.
Yes. And
You're-
everyone is just too busy to receive stuff when it's Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
Yeah, so do a lot of early. I think if you're gonna do any physical gifts, then this is a good year
Mhm.
for early gifting.
If you are considering digital and you're not sure yet what to get the person, an option you might want to consider is commissioning artists. There's a lot of local artists out there who do great work, whether it's colored, black and white, caricature, or realistic. And for a small fee, you can have them draw your friend, and you can send it to your friend, and they are now pressured to use it as an avatar, or they don't like it.
that is a thing.
But at least you're supporting your local artists, and you're making something that feels very personalized.
Okay. So outside of gifting, we were saying the other half of holiday consideration
Is receiving?
catching. No. The other half is really.
Oh, wait. Shirts. We have to show our shirts. In case they haven't seen it.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's always this awkward like half stand, which is
yeah.
harder to do than standing.
Okay.
Oh, Noel says send it after Christmas. That's also an option. I mean, like, it's just really a question of how you want the gifts received and how important it is to you that it be opened on Christmas Eve. Although, again, me, competitive gift giver, gifts must come before.
Yeah, and I feel always send before rather than after.
Better early than late.
More so when you are sending it to someone younger, because they want to open it on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
So always send it early.
Yeah.
The ones you can send after, they'll think it's Three Kings.
or it's a New Year thing, or you're one of the sad people whose birthday falls
Hey,
between.
Noel's not sad.
Hey, my brother is in this list where birthday merges with Christmas, and then
Happy birthday, Christmas Day.
never the two shall meet. So all these things. But yeah,
Ed asks thoughts on wrapping versus giving them as is. So wrapping is always fun. Admittedly, there's always a joy in wrapping it. Unless you're super, I have to perfectly wrap this, then it becomes frustrating and a chore because there's so many.
I am a traditionalist, and I like wrapping only because I like taunting recipients, especially if I give the gift early and then like, here's your gift. You can't open it yet.
We decided no gifts this year.
Yes. Like last year.
Hey,
Every year we decide
I
no
stopped
gifts.
myself na.
I haven't purchased anything.
Ay, nako.
Read my
I'm
mind.
gonna get you that step
There's
ladder.
no,
Okay.
get me a step.
Okay, so yes, wrap if you want, if you like wrapping. Some quick ideas on wrapping, just to throw them in. I sometimes use old stuff, old magazines, old comic books, and the like. It's a nice personal touch. If you want something that feels cute and personal, and this is assuming you have the time for it, plain white bond paper is fine. Just make sure you either have a stamp or you handwrite the name over and over, or do what I did, which was find old pictures of the person, make this scan of those pictures, and then just photocopy it and use that as gift wrapping paper. It then makes it a cute personalized gift because you can tell whose gift it is by looking at it.
In another effort to support friends, our friend Kintz in the US just started his new Patreon all about gift wrapping. So he's always put a crazy amount of attention into gift wrapping. And I mean, I swear, these things are like super Instagram worthy gift wrapping. So I think that's Kintz, Kince. I think his Patreon is like Kintz Wrapped, or you can find it on Instagram. But he just started a Patreon, and it's brand new, but he is committed to weekly content during the holiday period to like get people started on gift wrapping. So I think it's $10 to get videos, $5 just to help him buy art supplies.
Noel adds, please have a note or card or message or something. I value reading those. Actually, I keep those.
I do too. And then it becomes a problem because then there's just all these gift card notes flying around. No, but I agree. I agree. I think again, competitive gift giving mode. Every element of the gift is important, even though your wrapping is crap. But the message must be heartfelt and personalized.
So do you rip the gift wrapper when you open gifts?
Why are you bringing this up now?
Because every part of the gift is important.
Yes.
So how do you open your gifts?
I do.
So we're going beyond gift wrapping, going to the person, celebrating.
First, again, then it's the question of, in the same way you curated your list of who you actually want to give gifts to, who are going to get digital, who are going to get physical gifts. Then
for
the people that you are actually going to meet, I think there are different degrees of meeting up. There's there are people that maybe you're just going to have a meal with, like in a public space, right? Like you're just going to have lunch or something,
coffee,
and maybe have very simple Christmas exchanges. I know of groups of friends who do that. We don't do that, but I know of people who do that. So that's valid. And my only recommendation really is consider the restaurant and like what the setup is. Do they have nice acrylic walls in between you? Do they have open air seating that might make others feel more comfortable?
Are they wondering if you've ordered enough for the 4 hours you've been there just talking about gifts?
All these things. So, and also make sure you get everybody's buy-in in terms of level of comfort.
Yes.
Right. So that's my only to make the meeting up for the holidays extra special. Show that you care and show that you mapped out the location. So knowing as much as we love Sari One, it's one of our favorite restaurants. But I don't know. I don't feel good about the setup because it's a little cramped. And then I don't know if the presence of the Korean grill vents pulling air down in front of you
is
is like the
helpful.
best thing.
That's
So
true.
undecided. And then so there are those friends, but I guess but again, figure out level everyone's level of comfort. Don't pressure people if they
Hmm.
don't want to go out.
Hmm.
You
Now is not the
understand their
time.
needs. Yeah,
Now is not the time to tell people KJ ka or
I
this
was
and that
thinking the word cake.
because they don't show up. Of course, you incept me.
I don't
Um,
incept
yes, you
you.
do. So, um, just be aware that everyone is still in the pandemic and some people just aren't comfortable with stepping out. And that should not be a reason for you to make it an issue just
Hmm.
because you want to celebrate Christmas a certain way.
Yeah, and at the very least, if someone has a tablet or at least a note-sized phone, then you can call in the other people and like, hey,
Mhm.
let's all join us for the celebration together. As someone who has dealt with like a remote family situation, we have had more than one holiday with someone on an iPad. So it can totally work. Um, Beyond that, now comes the people that you are actually going to um,
Me.
spend a lot more quality time with in a more intimate setting. Which when I say um, intimate setting, I mean
Folding clothes.
probably not wearing protective gear at some point in the meetup, right? So this is most typically family,
Yes,
um,
immediate family.
immediate family that you're visiting.
Sometimes because we're Filipino, extended families.
I mean, and there's not a lot of getting away from it. In some cases, you're gonna feel like, I mean, the typical Filipino holiday pressure will be there.
Yes.
That everybody is going, which sounds like a mass gathering to
Mhm.
you, but you may be pressured to go. Be respectful. It's not impolite to keep your mask on
Yes.
as much as possible. We visit immediate family and we still wear face
Mhm.
masks while we're hanging around.
Mhm. And mind you, those visits are few and far in between.
Yeah.
We've actually, in my case, in my family's case, we've already mentioned that many of us are still not comfortable enough to go onto a family gathering, despite ideas of how to do it safer. So it's just really different for everyone. So consider that when you make your plans.
David, what is this excessive use of quotation marks? I don't know what's going on. So, or as my nephew goes,
Me,
hmm. He's now pointing up. He's now,
he
I
now,
don't
he
know
now has
why.
an idea.
I know, right? Okay, so I mean, so it's totally valid if you want to wear your mask on for the extended period that you're visiting with close friends and or family. Uh, uh, on that note, then by now, guys, we've been in quarantine for most
By
of the
now.
year. You should have figured out which is your most comfortable face mask or your most comfortable setup for wearing face mask.
Mhm.
If it involves, there's like those extra bands
Yes,
that
the
you
support
can
bands.
support the surgical mask
So
with.
they don't hurt your ears.
Yeah, because if you're gonna be think about wearing a mask for an extended period of time, and we have had to deal with this every time we visit family because we tend to stay geared up because of concerns for the at-risk population based on age.
There are also some tips online, although I haven't tried them, that supposedly allow
Or
the
if you
thing
have
to
a
be
3D
less
printer.
to be less foggy. I mean, there's that. I think there was one who suggested a layer of toothpaste. Another one suggested something.
Oh, for
Yeah,
glasses.
yeah.
Just don't do that stupid twist of the cord thing. You know that leaves gaps on the side.
Yes.
But yeah, so be ready for it. Be certain of how you're going to be safe with the relatives you're visiting. Think about
Think about 10! Yay! Think about 10.
actually 11 because we're only on YouTube today.
Oh, you're right. Oh, he's True Guy is starting to really want to be on the show. Okay, that's enough, True Guy.
He's just like dead on the floor.
Okay, I thought he was gonna stand again. But yeah, um,
And I was gonna say, think about your level of paranoia in the first month of quarantine, where we were washing our hands like we had some sort of syndrome.
Every moment we use our hands, we wash our hands.
Yeah, so think about that when you are in any kind of social gathering,
Mhm.
no matter how big or small, and just
No matter how big
keep
or
it.
small. Quick ideas if you are celebrating remotely for your family gatherings, make it a hat party. You can ask everyone to just, come to the Zoom call wearing some fun hat to make it still festive and celebratory in your own way. You can make it a themed party. Everyone must then dress up in a certain theme, or maybe it's all Christmassy, so everyone must be dressed in green.
Or at least a shirt, yeah. Because let's think about what's visible in a webcam
Mhm.
setup, and also pro tip is already think about which platform is easiest for your family
Yes.
to use. That's probably going to mean Messenger,
Mhm. If
which
they're
is still confusing.
yes.
I don't recommend. Uh, I don't recommend things that you have to install something for it to work.
Mhm.
So, like a Zoom call can be a little tedious
Mhm.
because they will most likely answer on their phone.
Making a group on Facebook for the call would be smarter than using a room, because then you might have strangers knocking on the door in your family party.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Google Meet's not so bad, but then for some it's unfamiliar. So
Mhm.
I mean, I can't wholeheartedly recommend it.
Do consider having a secondary room or link ready. Not necessarily a different service, but like maybe you have a room ready, but then your sibling is ready with another room, waiting to send the invite in case the first one suddenly kaputs out somehow.
Yeah. Or, when if you don't want to deal with juggling people in a room, but you have like an in-person gathering, an extended family, you could always do Facebook Live,
Mhm.
and do a live cast just for friends or family. You can create a Facebook group for it and then stick the live in there so it's a limited audience. So they can watch at their leisure and leave comments, and then you'll just have a lot of people who are physically together squinting over the device and like seeing, oh, did Tita something say something?
Mhm.
All these things.
Given that we will be celebrating Christmas in a very different way this year, consider amping up your screen capping skills.
Hmm.
Because most likely, we're all used to being in parties where someone will go, okay, picture, picture, and everyone gathers. When you're doing a call, it's a very big possibility people will overlook or forget the thought of keeping pictures.
Yeah.
So make it a habit to screen cap regularly, to snap those screens, to use whatever system you want. You can even use PowerPoint to record the whole video stream.
Toby likes
If
making
you
this
want to.
recommendation.
Because yes, PowerPoint can record your video stream. I will leave you to Google that.
It can
Find out
record your desktop activity,
Yes.
right, as a video. It's a massive video
and it
file.
allows you to choose only a portion of your screen, so you don't have to let the people know your bookmarks are all about Bara and stuff. What else?
What else, indeed? No.
Consider activities that you can do that are only digitally available. There is a lot of fun with many filters, more
Mm.
so in a group setting.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
so and that's where like Facebook group calls are kind of
Mhm.
fun. The default filters are like endless hours of entertainment for extended family.
Mhm.
If, you don't have to be super tech savvy. Once they figured it out, then it gets really silly, and you'll just see family repeatedly cycling through filters. It strangely works.
Um, consider activities that you can do, but bear in mind not everyone might be into it. So, in as much as there are games like Jackbox or other online board games that have been adapted to a digital arena, you are still in a group celebration. So, just because you have a cousin that likes playing it doesn't mean the entire family will now join you. So, maybe make your own group.
Yeah, so read the room, guys. Like know your audience, and but try to keep it as easy as possible. You may want to fall back on more classic parlor games, or actually a lot of the training related icebreakers. So two truths and a lie,
Mhm.
or those kinds of scenarios, or introduce yourself in a
Mhm.
certain format. I mean, it's ways to get people engaged, and just remember that for more often than not, most of the people are going to be on mute, and that it's a very surreal conversation experience when you are talking to a muted audience because it feels like you're just talking to dead air.
Mhm. But definitely, given how different things will be this Christmas, this early, you have to start considering how you will map out your celebrations. A large part of the thing that will happen is that since a lot of people will be handling things remotely, there'll be a lot of crossed streams and timelines. You might be on a call with someone, and while you're talking, ay, wait, tumatawag si kumare, and all this and that. And that will be frustrating. So you'll have to just, prepare yourself for that even before it happens.
Someone needs to be administrator for your group call. And so, although Ed jokes about normalized kicking relatives out of the room, someone should be able to mute people on the call as needed, especially when they say that they're going to be right back, forget to mute, and you can hear them on the phone, going to the bathroom, all these things.
Be wary of forgetting you are on a call. The last thing you want is you're there talking to family, and then you have a call. Wait lang, I'll be back. And then you fail to actually mute it. And you're there, kausap ko na naman sila, nakakainis nga. And they can hear every word.
This also provides instant entertainment for the evening because drama. But then what is a family gathering without drama?
If possible, make sure that anything that has a camera lens is not pointing where you plan to get dressed. Yes.
Carlo is surprised at how many tips we have for future holidays. To be fair, we have a fair amount of experience in trying to organize social gatherings online over the past few months in pandemic, with some good, some bad. So
if you can, prepare an image that you have already marked with an overlay for instructions. So when you're talking with your titos for the first time and they're like, paano ba tong Zoom na to? You can just flash the image and there are arrows showing, explanations and the like. Because trust me, that will be far easier than telling them, buksan mo tong link and then pag-aralan mo. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's nobody wants. I mean, like, for anyone of you who have experience doing tech support and then doing tech support with your family, you know how difficult it is. You don't want to be the one going.
It is definitely a labor of love.
Yeah, because you know how it is as you're giving instructions and they'll try to jump ahead and then now you don't know what they're doing.
Or sometimes you're like, wait, you're not listening. Follow what I'm saying. But yeah, those are challenges that will happen.
And that will be amplified with the with the greater number of people on a single video conference call. So choose wisely. And know that a lot of services just max out at a certain number of people in the call. Most of your people are dialing in from phones, so they won't even get the full experience and they won't be able to see everyone. So, don't feel obliged to have your entire family on a single call. You might want to break it up into smaller gatherings.
Yes. Or maybe have that group call to tell everyone quick greetings and then, dali, everyone, group picture. And then after that, sige, kani-kanilang call na muna, because you have to remind them if they all talk at the same time. You will hear everyone at the same time. And that's what I think many don't realize when they do the group calls. Going back to face-to-face events, map out your food in advance. You don't want to show up and then only then realize, saan tayo mag-order? On Christmas Eve?
During a pandemic period when most people are ordering food.
No. Plan ahead. Plan ahead as much as possible. Bring the food if you can so you don't have to worry about it. What else? Ice. Don't overlook the need for ice. Yes.
Our fridge never has enough room for ice. The conundrum is that we tend to do the grocery either on Thursday or Friday, and then we tend to drink either on Friday or Saturday. So we are at max ref capacity come Friday.
Because you didn't want me to grocery in other days. You were saying, no, the grocery is not the best stock on those days.
It is true, though. The restock is better on Friday.
So bakit ako
it's
may
not
kasalanan?
like you can do it on Monday because Monday's super busy for
bakit
you.
Kasalanan ko?
I'm not saying it's anyone's fault. I'm just saying it's funny that the fridge is always full when we need to fit in 2 to 3 kilograms of ice.
Then I'll buy another fridge. Okay.
The simpler answer is to buy a cooler, an ice box or something.
A freezer. Oh, we
Not
can do a lot
a
of things to
freezer.
the freezer.
Yeah. So
You can hide a body in the
so We knew it, and you the freezer. This is my fault. I blame all the forensic files. The freezer body was gonna come into play.
Or two, if you cut it
Yeah.
carefully. So, and this video is not going to be pulled if ever there's a weird mysterious death. And Toby's like, and he had this video where he talked about bodies being
In
cut
the
up
fridge.
in the fridge. Oh my god. Okay. Anything else? Any last few things?
I'm not sure. Sometimes, okay, sometimes to be fair, if you don't, the balance between these two worlds,
Mhm.
you're not sure if you're going to meet physically. You're not sure what kind of a gift you're gonna do. Maybe a phone call is not the worst thing.
Yes.
It's very classic as far as gifts go. You can make it a video call if you want,
Mhm.
but some people can't even do video calls. So just think about a phone call. Think about someone you haven't talked to in a long time.
More so given the pandemic.
Yep, and because it's the holidays, you wanted to take a moment to say hi, check on them, and wish them a Merry Christmas. And I kid you not, that's not a terrible gift.
Yeah.
That's in the world of competitive gift giving. I'm sorry, am I the only one in that game? No, my sister's in it. So,
That's true.
but in the world of competitive gift giving,
And your brother.
it's a hail mary. Yeah, no,
Well,
he
you're
is.
judging his entries, but he's in it.
He's in it.
And he beat you guys with the food, right?
That's different. That was the cooking cook-off. That was the cook-off. The family
This
cook-off.
deserves an episode.
The cook-off. No.
No,
The family
the
competitions.
family Christmas experience.
Oh my god. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about everything. I'll be dead. I'll be dead. Okay.
Bear in mind, we're not just limiting this discussion to Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, like,
New
admittedly,
Year as well.
we
is
have
something
many
you have to
holidays
consider.
to think about.
Yes, and many of the upcoming holidays.
Oh, I got one last thing. Is that for those Zoom calls, Google Meet calls, whatever, be careful about music. Not song choices,
Mhm,
but think about audio levels.
mhm.
If someone is playing music over the stream and people are also trying to talk, it's a pain.
Yes.
It is the very reason why Toby's online tabletop RPG sessions no longer have music support, because the music comes at the same audio
And it's
level
hard to
as the
control it.
voice. Yeah, so then it's harder to juggle conversations and the music. So just think about that very carefully. Unless you have like a dance break,
Mhm.
and then we're just going to play music. I don't know what the optimal way for doing that is, or just think about it. Because as much as you're playing music, most everyone's like staring at it from a device, and then in a family type setting, some of them will probably be a lot of iPads set on tables away
Mhm.
from them, and then when they can only hear the music, and then can you imagine them already like seeing someone do in and Tito, and then trying to talk while music is playing. It's a challenge.
Mhm.
You will need someone as a host to fill the dead air, but not with music. Oh, and that's another thing. You may need that. I mean, obviously, you need someone to administer the call, but you might need someone to actually host it, like a work
Yes.
call. Which really, hi, who just joined? Oh, look, it's Tita Ganyan.
Mhm.
And hey, who just joined?
And you'll need that only because you need to navigate who gets to have the spotlight, quote unquote, or the
Mm.
microphone that moment. Because of course you'll have it's a tita ganyan, and we all have that one tito or tita who will not stop talking, and we love them, but in a group call they will not stop talking.
And then think about how, depending on the layout of the call, camera focus tends to go to whoever is speaking. And if multiple people are speaking, whoever is speaking loudest.
Mhm.
So that can be a pain.
And realize that device will most likely receive a call from someone else.
Someone is going to get a call in the middle
So
of
suddenly your entire family is all there, and then sorry, wait lang. And either they'll watch you staring at the screen trying to shut it off,
with repeated
Yeah.
finger taps.
or they all suddenly go, "Oh, nasa na?" And then panic ensures.
And by the same virtue, think about like turn yourself on do not disturb mode, then disable your notifications. If not, your phone as the host device is gonna keep chiming over the call. Oh my god, that
And all your
drives me
friends
nuts.
trying to reach you,
Yes,
and all, yeah.
have a secondary device. So consider a master of ceremonies type character who has to who has to host and help people notice that, hey, blah 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 came in. Hey, blah 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 came in. So that's important.
And
No, well, say, parang based from experience.
medyo.
What do you think we've been doing?
And then I guess my last thing for people who will meet up face to face. Don't wala na hiyaan. Don't be ashamed to make sure you make a show of disinfection. Whether it's upon meeting or after, just before you leave, to go through disinfection motions. It's not that you don't trust them. It's not that you think they are carrying the virus or what, but you just want to reassure them you're being careful. You want to show everyone, let's all be careful. Because the moment you have one relative who doesn't bother, others feel emboldened or worse, ashamed not to do the same. So try to be that virtue of disinfection.
I wonder if
Hugs
there's
are going to be the biggest challenge.
Oh yeah. Okay, on the side, I wonder if there's social etiquette for like disinfection. Like, I guess it's impolite to disinfect someone else
Yes.
unless they ask first. But focus on disinfecting yourself.
However, if it's your domain and they arrive, you have the right to go around,
Do the spray.
which is actually an awesome thing you might want to consider if you will have people over. There are those little spray things that, of course, I forgot the name. Anolite. They're not as terrible as alcohol-based solutions, but they still keep you clean and safe.
And you can make a game out of it, spraying everyone and turn around.
And admittedly, it allows you to at least feel you took that level of safety.
Yeah, so don't wear clothes that you don't that you are concerned about getting wet. So no precious whatever silk material or delicate synthetics. Wear basic cotton that can be easily disinfected.
Yep.
Carlos, like, feel free not to reciprocate a hug. It's totally valid. These case, you can do the whole. Someone reaches out to hug, you can offer your elbow
Or you can have
and do the
you
elbow
can have
tap.
the shoe tap where you both
Oh yeah, you can just
safety kick
yes,
each other.
or you can do the I am a mime wiping a window.
See, this is what the show is doing. Now even Carlos going, don't wear clothes.
I didn't say that.
You're incepting our audience.
Stop blaming me for inception. Okay.
Meat.
Andrew asked about spray bottle. Oh, sorry. There are these larger scale.
Yeah, it basically has this pump mechanism that allows you to build a pressurized zone. Then you can use it as a spray.
In other words, it's a non-super soaker super soaker.
Yeah.
It's not as painful.
But they're pretty cool and they're nice to use compared to spraying someone with something that looks like it's for insects.
Yeah, or you could go the classic route of the small bottle, the white alcohol bottle, but fill it with a milder disinfectant, and then you can be like a priest, blessing everyone.
But it doesn't cover everything.
I know, but then you just feel like you're holy for a
Go
day.
for the pump, or at worst, use the wisik bottles. I mean, you'll find them in gardening
Technical
shops,
term,
in
wisik.
in Ace Hardware, but places where there's stuff for gardening and stuff, you'll find those things.
Yeah, so there's you can have a lot of fun thinking about how you want to disinfect your family should you have a gathering, which includes one is like that contact spraying thing. Have very visible bottles of hand sanitizer or alcohol,
And keep
all throughout the location.
and keep your windows open and your
Yes.
fans running. Please don't rely on air conditioned rooms.
When you have a lot of people.
If it's a group gathering, oh my God, please don't. Just don't.
And then
If you want, leave the windows open and have the aircon, fine. But leave the windows open so there's,
and by this point have a box of surgical masks on standby. So like if people's mask break, whatever, get lost,
if you're
misplaced.
naked, at least you can wear the mask.
We're talking about family.
No, I'm sorry because I saw Andre's statement.
Family gatherings.
True.
Okay,
True.
so just make sure that there is no excuse for people not to be safe. What if it's not your house? Then sure, be the one to bring the surgical masks and the extra sanitation gear. I mean, it's thoughtful. You're thinking about your loved ones. People should get with the drill by now, so it's okay. Yeah. So I think that is. Wow, we thought about this more than we realized.
Yep.
For an episode that had no plan.
But that was definitely more than 30 minutes. We had a lot of fun, and we hope you'll join us again next time.
If you have questions or suggestions for future episodes, you can fill out the Google form at bit.ly Baduy Pride Ideas. Today's topic was a suggestion by Mitch. Thanks for the suggestion, Mitch.
Or MSAN TV.
Revsa TV. Speaking of tomorrow is episode 100.
Nope.
And Toby cannot number.
I can't do it with two hands. I'll need help.
That wasn't that difficult.
That
Or
was
you want?
that looks so bad on screen.
So tomorrow's episode 100. And then we figured what we're finally going to do is tackle a topic that we've been delaying for quite some time. But we will rephrase it and just address. I haven't decided on the final phrasing, but basically diversity in relationships. We'll talk about diverse relationships.
Yeah, why limit yourself to the number 3, right?
Yes, or whatever. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. We, as usual, we won't have a plan, and we'll just see how it goes. But if you have other ideas, feel free to suggest. You can follow us on Twitter, Altoby No Shade, RG Swinico.
You can also check out our blog, baduypride.com, for all the previous episodes about us.
That's not what you say.
That's not the script. See? That's why we shouldn't have a script. All the previous episodes and stuff about us. Will it be an inuman? Most likely, because it's a Friday. Why
Yeah.
not?
I mean, you're not obliged to drink, but we will probably be drinking. And once again, we will try not to spill drinks onto our equipment or break glasses during the conversation.
Yes.
But yeah, so there is that. Feel free to continue the conversation in the comments below. What are your pandemic holiday tips for everyone? Let's do some best practice sharing. What are you doing? Or what are you shipping? Or what other amazing digital deal have you found? And is it compatible with Shopback? Because Shopback is my life.
Carlos suggests there should be a Shopback episode. Send it in.
Send it into the form if you really want a Shopback episode. It will be very long or maybe not. I don't know. It really depends.
It looks like that drag queen. Look.
Don't.
Go on.
Sharky's secret. Okay. And of course, be sure to subscribe for notifications, whether on Facebook or YouTube, so you don't miss our next live stream. Hopefully, Facebook connects tomorrow. Once again, I'm Rocky.
And I'm Toby.
And this is
Baduy
Baduy Pride. Thanks, everyone.